Welcome back to the JCPod, partner with Stare Down Sports. I'm your host, Jaden Chandler Parno, and man, do you smell that? We got playoffs coming, man. NHL, NBA, man. We got two leagues that are approaching their playoffs. We got a little bit of play-in action today. Moving forward, we got some Masters to talk about. Got some NFL news to talk about. My Colts signed somebody back. It's going to be a fun one today, I tell you what. But yeah, like I said, we have some interesting news to talk about. Like I said, we're going to talk about the winners of the Masters. Shout out Scottie Scheffler. Got some NBA playoffs to talk about, some NHL playoffs to talk about. And then we also have some NFL news to go over and everything. And then also, hey, shout out the Indiana Fever. Caitlin Clark, number 1 overall, goes to the Indiana Fever. It's going to be a fun one, man. Indiana Fever might actually get my viewership. I won't lie. I might actually have to tune in some games, see what's up. But yeah, like I said, without any further ado, we got some things to knock off the list. I won't lie. 2 or 3 things every NFL team needs for the draft. We will talk about Thursday. That'll be pretty much the second half of Thursday's episode. If not, we'll do it next week. I won't lie. Totally forgot about playoffs, NBA-wise. So I was like, oh, shit. Probably shouldn't do that, especially with NBA playoffs coming up. And I won't lie. I need to double-check when the NFL draft is. I'm pretty sure it's upcoming. Thursday, April 25th. So, yeah, I'm either going to do it Thursday or Tuesday. I'll talk about some things I look forward to each team in the draft doing. But yeah, that'll be for Tuesday or Thursday, like I said. First thing we're going to talk about is the Masters winner. Shout out to Scottie Scheffler. Plus 450. Should have just took the plus 450. I mean, he looked dominant on Sunday. I pretty much watched every round. I won't lie. Round 3, I kind of tapped out a little bit. I had to make the cut parlay. Shout out my boy Newski. We got screwed by Wyndham Clark. Wyndham Clark ends up literally missing the cut by a stroke. And he was the last leg. We needed a little 4-legger, 10 to win like 85-90. Nothing crazy, but... Or it might have been even 20 to win. I don't even know. All I know is it hurt the soul a little bit. It's like, damn, that sucks. I think who did I give out on the show? I think Zalatoris and Clark. Zalatoris, at least, I think, finished top 20, which is really good. I had Tommy Fleetwood finish top 10, which is really nice. I also had Aberg. I had Aberg to win it all, so watching him and Homa mess up on... One thing that pretty much took it away from me is him and Homa messed up on the same hole. Like, sorry about this. I'm trying to grab something. Aberg hit into the water on a hole. That same hole a little bit later, Homa hits into the bushes, so they both pretty much have to take drops. Scottie Scheffler perfectly paints the green, and that's about when I knew, like, oh, so this shit's over, huh? That was about the point in the course when Scottie Scheffler started to just take over. I think he finished with a minus 11, if I'm correct. I quit watching about hole 14 when it was very clear the winner was going to be. I just pretty much went and did some other shit, and then I came back and saw the green jacket ceremony. Really, really awesome. Shout out to Scottie Scheffler, man, because... Like I said, that was dominant, man. Plus 4, and he was plus 450, might add. But yeah, shout out to Scottie Scheffler. He ends up winning. Like I said, he ends up winning his second Masters in 5 starts, which becomes, I think, like one of 5 people to do that. Very, very special, and it's funny. His caddy was the same caddy that Bubba Watson had. So this caddy now has 4 green jackets. So that's insane, absolutely insane. And then I've tried to watch this video. I can't watch this video without sound, obviously. So, like, basically, Scottie just came out with something. There was an awesome video Scottie came out with where he's just like, I wish I didn't want to win as bad as I did, but I do just want to win this bad. And he came out talking about that. He's about to be a dad here soon as well. So, shout out Scottie Scheffler, man. That's awesome. Sorry, they're just showing a moment. So, there's something between his press conference and the video of Scottie, between the press conference and finishing the round, Scottie Scheffler was pretty much walking, making the walk up to the press conference. He could have done it by himself, big thing, but he waited for his caddy. You literally can see him stop, wait for his caddy. He lets his caddy actually walk first, too. So his caddy's in front, and then his Scottie. It's a really cool moment. Really, really cool dude. Shout out to him. My victory was secured on a cross, and that feels pretty special. That's what Scottie Scheffler had to say about the Masters. Awesome. Really, really awesome. And then there's photos of him appearing in dive bars and Dallases and everything. Fully awesome. Really, really awesome. Shout out Scottie Scheffler, man. For real. With that being said, we'll probably move on to the NBA portion next. Actually, we'll do NHL and NBA, because I won't lie. I am not tapped in really to the NHL too much. There's still some games going on today, I guess. Last games of the season today. I don't know when their playoffs start. I'm not going to lie. I don't follow NHL too closely, so it's not like I'm going to be able to give you guys amazing information. But Okay, never mind. They still have games going all week. I thought most of these teams were done. It looks like all these teams have 1 or 2 games left, so never mind. We'll touch on NHL playoffs in a minute. I won't lie. I thought they would have blown through the 3 games by now when we read it, but never mind. That's on me. So that starts here soon. So we're going to talk playing real quick. Tonight, you got the Lakers and Pelicans playing, and you got the Warriors Kings. Winner of the Lakers Pelicans is the 7th seed. And then the loser of the Lakers Pelicans will play the winner of the Warriors Kings for the 8th seed. My predictions, I think it's going to be between Lakers, Pelicans, and Warriors. Just from what I've heard, I don't know if the Kings are going to do too well. But like I said, I have no clue. I haven't been following the NBA as closely, so I'm excited. I am going to probably bet the Lakers tonight to win. Yeah, no, plus money, I'm just going to probably take the Lakers here. LeBron 20-7, Lakers win, something like that. I just think when it comes to this game, the 7th seed, I think the Lakers will get a lot of benefit from playing. Who's the 2 seed? Actually, a lot. 8 seed playing OKC might be the move instead of playing the 2 seed at Denver. That's what's going to be interesting. Well, we'll talk about that here in a second. Tomorrow, then, you got the Heat 76ers versus the Bulls, and then the Bulls Hawks. Same scenario where the 7 plays a 1 or 2 seed, and then the 8 will play again one more time to play against the 1 seed. It might be worth playing the Knicks instead of the Celtics. So you the Heat kind of want to win this first game to play the Knicks instead of playing the Celtics. So I'm very curious. But yeah, you really want to play the Knicks. I don't think you want to play the Celtics the way they've been playing, but like I said, we'll see. So that leads us into the standings, right? So pretty much like I said, we got the play-ins today and tomorrow. And then Thursday we'll talk about the final playing games, and then Friday begins the playoffs. Saturday. I guess Friday is the last playing game. Oh, so they get Thursday off. Interesting. Okay. I didn't realize they were getting Thursday off. That's on me. My fault. But yeah, Saturday starts the playoff games. When it comes to the standings, the playoff picture, so we got the Bucks versus the Pacers. This is a series I'm very fascinated in, especially with the Giannis injury. Cavaliers versus Magic. Another series that's going to be like sneaky intriguing, just for like the young guy aspect of it, especially because Magic feel like I'm not going to say they're early, but they got a lot of young guys that are now in the playoffs, so I'm curious to see how they'll play in that situation. So yeah, while we wait, so then the Celtics, so you got Bucks, Pacers, Cavs, Magic, and then you have the Celtics and Knicks kind of waiting and see who they're going to play between the 76ers, Heat, Bulls, and Hawks. My prediction right off the bat is going to be 76ers and Heat. I just don't think the Bulls and Hawks are very good. But at the same time, the Bulls almost won the play-in last year, and then the Heat had to make a run to go to the finals. So anything can happen in these play-in games. Are kind of wild. I'm not going to be picking the Hawks at all. Even Atlanta beat Chicago 2 of the 3 times, and now they're getting Trey back. I don't know. I just can't. I don't find myself picking Chicago. I'm going to probably pick Miami as a fan in that one. So there's a little bit of biased journalism going on. I won't lie in the East. I'm not going to say hate. I very much dislike Trae Young. Just for nothing against the guy. I dislike Trae Young, the basketball player. Trae Young has been probably one of my biggest losers I've ever been on. Like, I can't tell you one time I bet on Trae Young and won a bet. Like, I genuinely cannot tell you. So there's some bad voodoo with that boy. I don't mess with it. But yeah, moving on. Like I said, we're gonna go to the West now real quick. West, you got the Timberwolves playing the Suns. Fascinating matchup right there. Excuse me. And you got the Clippers against the Mavericks. Mavericks have had the Clippers numbers for years now. So very curious about that one. Off the bat, I think the Mavs are going to win that one because it's hard to trust the Clippers, but who knows? They just might be able to get it done. And like I said, playing, you got Pelicans, Lakers, Kings, Warriors. Yeah, the season series is pretty much split. LA won a game. Pelicans won a game. LA won a game. Oh, sorry. LA is 3 out of 4. Excuse me. I thought they split it. So that's going to be very interesting. Golden State and Sacramento, they split it. Golden State won the first 2. Sacramento won the second 2. Going to be interesting. Like I said, I'm probably going to lean Lakers just because they're plus money. And this just feels like a LeBron spot where he's just going to get the job done. I don't think he's going to want to play the extra games. I just think they're going to find a way to... Just find a way. Just find a way to win. Lakers, I'm not going to say they've been playing amazing as of late, but they've been playing a lot better. I don't know why I can't click on the Lakers. Okay, fine, I'll go through it this way. Sorry, I'm trying to literally just look up the Lakers' last game, but they're making it difficult. Winners of 2 in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 of the last 8 they won, losing against the Timberwolves and Warriors. I think they got a shot. I think they have a good shot. I mean, if you take away, they won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in a row before they lost to the Pacers. I mean, I genuinely do think they have a shot. It's just the age, man. I don't know. They've been playing a lot better since everyone knows they aren't getting traded. It's just their 2 best players. One's older in his 21st season. The other one has been healthy for most of the season, and I'm waiting for him to break down, and I hope he doesn't. I genuinely hope he doesn't. I like seeing AD healthy, but it just scares me because he's done it before. Yeah, NBA playoffs seems like it should be a fun one. Should be pretty interesting. There's going to be some good matchups. Yeah, it's just crazy how the season ended for the West, too, where Denver ends up falling to the 2 seed. Excuse me. And now everything goes through OKC. Man, that's just it. This is going to be an interesting NBA playoffs, I think. Yeah, I think that about covers it. We talked about all matchups, so, again, just to repeat real quick. You got playing games today. You got the West playing games today. You got the East playing games tomorrow. Day off for April 18th, and then back on the 19th. We are right back to... Sorry, I got eye boogers all over my eyes. Make them think, scratchy boy. No, yes, and then April 19th, we got the last 2 playing games and playoffs, man. Friday, April 20th, NBA playoffs start. Suns, Timberwolves. I actually don't know who's going to win this series. Sorry, I thought I heard something. I don't think I necessarily... Oh, man, I don't know. Phoenix, apparently I think Phoenix has Minnesota's number. That's the only thing, so that's going to be tough. Cavs, Magic. I think I'm just going to lean Magic. Just for their Magic. But yeah, like I said, I don't know. We'll talk about this a little bit more Thursday when we get more matchups. Give me a little bit more time to think about it and look at it. It's going to be a fun one, man. Knock on wood. The NBA playoffs have been nice to me the last 2 years, so let's see if we can create a little bit more magic. But yeah, that does it for that. We'll talk... Probably go NFL news. We talked matches about Scottie Scheffler. We just talked about the NBA playoffs. NHL, we just talked about, has a few more games to go. So I'm not really going to talk about their playoff picture because I don't even know if these are locked in. But as of right now, you got in the West, Stars versus Knights, Winnipeg Jets versus Avalanche, Canucks versus Predators, Oilers versus Kings, and then the East, you got Bruins versus Lightning, Panthers versus Maple Leafs, Rangers versus Capitals, and Hurricanes versus Islanders. Wild card wise, I don't think any team's really going to steal the wild card potentially. They might though. The Flyers, Penguins, and Red Wings all have 81 wins. Or sorry, I am stupid. That's games played. Yeah, the Capitals are in the wild card, which it seems like the Penguins and the Red Wings might be able to steal, but I'm pretty sure the playoffs are pretty much locked in. Like I said, we're gonna wait. Not 100% sure. I think they still have some games to go, so that could change up a little bit. So we're gonna wait, man. We ain't gonna jump the gun too early. So moving forward, like I said, I guess we're gonna go to NBA playoffs. JK, we just talked about that. I guess we're gonna go to the NFL news. And I think it's time. NFL drafts, like I said, we're going to do probably Tuesday. I'm not going to lie. I might save it for next Tuesday. I might dedicate a whole Tuesday episode to hey, a little bit. We'll talk NBA playoffs slightly at the beginning. Just talk about some series, and then it'll be all draft talk for next week. That's what I'm thinking might be the plan. That's what I'm probably going to go with. Just that way I can dedicate a little bit more time to the NBA playoffs this week, and then next week go back to a little bit more NFL news, especially with the draft upcoming. Draft will be Thursday next week, so... Yeah, it's really exciting. Devontae Smith, 3-year extension worth $75 million. Good job by the Eagles to get ahead of this. Really, really good deal. There's a lot of people who are like, whoa, way too much scam. He's a really good receiver. He's been really solid for them, really consistent for them. Whenever A.J. Brown's not working, Devontae Smith is usually working and doing all right. And like I said, 3-year, $75 million. They got ahead of it. This is very, very similar deal to what Michael Pittman signed. Especially money-wise even too. So I'm very excited because, like I said, Something similar to what Pittman's side, they get ahead of it. This is very smart by the Eagles. They get ahead of the wide receiver market as well. Instead of doing what the Bengals are doing, Bengals are going to wait another year. That money's just going to keep going up, so now Teagan's going to want even more money. And then they're going to have to pay Jamar Chase, which he's going to need more money. So it's going to very smart by the Eagles to get ahead of this. Daniel Jones aims to return by training camp. I'm very curious to see what the Giants are going to do in the draft. I need to double check their team, see if they. I'm curious to see if they're going to draft a quarterback. I haven't seen the mocks just yet, but. Cortland Sutton did not report Monday to voluntary workouts as he seeks a new contract. Sutton is going to his 10th starting QB in 7 seasons. Only has $2 million guaranteed left in his deal. Wow. I don't blame him, man. Sutton does not have stability at all. I didn't realize it was that bad. 7 quarterbacks in 10 years. And dude's been a stud for a good amount of those years. The Jets unveiled new uniforms. Their legacy uniforms. They're white and green. They look very similar to what they had last year. I think they added a stripe or something to it to make it cooler, but it's very similar, like I said. Big news, baby. DeForest Buckner, 2-year, $46 million extension. Huge signing. He is legit one of my favorite defensive linemen in the game right now. Probably not going to lie. Probably might be my favorite defensive lineman since Aaron Donald's gone now. Got his jersey on the wall. Probably my favorite. Like I said, Aaron Donald's not in the league. Might be my favorite 99 in the league right now. 30-year-old is set to become a free agent, but nah. We keep him until 2026 now. He has been the most consistent pass rusher for the Colts. He's been doing really well. 2-year, $46 million deal. 2-year, $46 million deal, but I mean, hey, he's been a really good part of the Colts. 7 sacks in each of his last 4 seasons. Huge. He's been a huge run stuffer up the middle. I'll admit he is getting a little bit older. Maybe not as productive as he was like 4 years ago, but he's still bringing a lot of production and a lot of veteran leadership too to the D line, which has been one of the better positions of the Colts. Between him and Grover Stewart in the middle's pretty clogged up. We need to keep working on adding a few more guys. Yeah. Shout out to DeForest Buckner. Very happy about that. Vikings TJ Hawkinson wants NFL to look into low hits. I wish they would fix this because that's pretty much I won't lie. I wish the NFL would fix the strike zone. I understand you got to tackle guys low and everything, but pretty much the way the NFL is fixing a strike zone, like you can't hit the head or neck. You can't hit too high, like on the shoulders now. Sometimes they call it. They're basically making it from like the nipples to the knees, and even then they're starting to it feels like they're making that box a lot tinier. I mean, we saw last year a lot of guys where they're just getting their knees absolutely destroyed. I mean, TJ Hawkinson got his knees flatlined because, I mean, that's where they're training guys to tackle. I don't blame the defenders. I blame the NFL for the way they're making these rules and everything are putting a lot more emphasis on guys to take out knees, take out legs. And it sucks because you can only, ligaments are one of the few things you can obviously make them stronger, but there's only so much you can do. If your knee ligaments can only be so strong, and eventually, you take too many hits, and you especially, you saw with Nick Chubb, you take the right hit, that thing is, boom, donezo, explodes. You need a lot of long recovery time. It's just very, very scary the way the NFL is going in its game. You hear a lot of, it's crazy, a lot more NFL players hey, hit me in the head over hit me in the knees. Hit me in the head over hit me in the knees. And it's just absolutely insane. Sorry about that. I had a hangnail that was really bothering the hell out of me. I had to cut the thing off at the head. But yeah, no, it's very, very, very scary what's happening in the NFL right now with the hitting rules and everything. It's just very weird. Like I said, I understand they're going for safety. It's just the cause and effect. The cause of not hitting people in the head is now they're just naturally going lower, lower, lower. And now they're, like I said, they're taking out the hip drop tackle that wasn't even a thing. Unweighting yourself, they're going over and beyond with trying to protect players to the point now players are going to hurt themselves trying to not. I'm not going to be shocked if an NFL player, instead of doing the hip drop tackle or whatever it is, he has to plant his leg normally he would just dive for the tackle, wrap up the guy's legs, and just kind of gator tackle roll him. But now he's going to be thinking about it too much. I don't want to get flagged for that, and he might take one extra step. The defender hurts himself because he's running full speed, and now he's trying to stop on a dime and make a tackle on a 1% part of the body. There's just a lot. I think there's a lot of trickle down effect that we're going to see because of some of these rules. I wish they would fix it. I understand the NFL's going in a different direction. I just hope they're able to make it cleaner because I don't lie. It sucks to watch guys get hit in the knees and be like, oh, well, he's gone for a year. And I mean, especially when you get hit in the knee too. I mean, like that. I'm not gonna say it destroys your career because the technology now. Like when I was younger, if like you got hit in the ACL, it's like, oh shit, that just took off half your career. Goodbye. But now it's like it's a little bit better, and they are able to come back from it. But still, man, it's just scary, man. I hope NFL's able to fix it and figure it out. Rashee Rice is participating in the Chiefs' offseason workout amid the roll in the car crash. So it makes me wonder how much trouble he's genuinely going to get in. Like I said, the rumor was he fled the scene with a lot of stuff that would have got him in a shit ton more of trouble. So I wonder if it's going to be... Wouldn't be shocked if it's like... It's early in the offseason too, so they could just be keeping him in the loop in case it's only like a 4-game suspension. Excuse me. Like I said, I don't know. We'll have to see. Texans shrug off higher expectations after offseason moves. This is about D'Amico Ryans, basically. Then I see the news, I'm like, oh shoot, that's what they're talking about. Stroud said. Okay, so they're just talking about... Between Stroud and the head coaches are talking about how everyone now all of a sudden is like, oh, they got to be really good. They got all these signings. I'm excited for the Texans, man. As a guy who's watched them just be ass for years, I'll admit, I wish they were ass again so the Colts would have an easier division, but I do like that now the division is at least being a little bit more competitive. It just makes me sad, man. If Andrew Luck was here, none of this would even be a worry, but man, we don't got to go on that road today, but heartbreaking. Texans are. I'm really happy for the Texans though, because for most of my lifetime, like the Texans, they've been ass. Jaguars, they've been ass. Like literally, it'd be like the Colts. Like I would go on the schedule, and be like, "Oh, there's 4 wins right there between the Jaguars and the Colts, or excuse me, Jaguars and Texans." But yeah, like I said, shout out to the Texans though. They got some really good signings. Excited to see, look through their team, and be like, "Oh, what do they need going into the draft?" Devontae Adams, if I wanted to be gone, I'd be gone. That's him talking about being on the Raiders. I don't know. I feel like he's kind of in a weird spot in his career right now. Just because he went from Aaron Rodgers to not having a quarterback now. Sorry. I don't know why. For whatever reason, I just apparently have to burp nonstop. So in the middle of conversations, I'm like choking up trying to force shit out. Unreal. It's like the 4th time I've done... That you guys seen that right there? That's like the 4th time I've done it today. Shit's been ridiculous. O.J. estate will fight to pay out the Brown and Goldman families. The executor of the O.J. Simpson estate said he'll work to prevent a payout of $3 million. Judgment awarded by California jury 3 decades ago. Oh, I don't need to read that. I thought it was something more recent. Luck never thought about returning to the NFL after retirement. I am not shocked at all. It really, I mean, I'm serious. The Andrew Luck thing really fucking pisses me off. The Colts literally did not give him a good offensive line until literally the year he retired. The year he retired, he finally would have had a good offensive line, but he was so beat up by then that... I mean, don't get me wrong, it's partially on his fault too. Andrew Luck should have taken a few less big hits as he did, but that's a part of the... It just sucks. Honestly, it just really sucks because Andrew Luck was so great. So great, so fun to watch. I mean, it just... man, we aren't getting into it anymore. It's truly, truly heartbreaking. I don't blame him, though, for not thinking about coming back. I mean, he got hurt bad. And honestly, Andrew Luck, he's one of those people with how smart he is, with his degree, and with other humanitarian stuff he wanted to do. Like, he's one of those guys that, like, him leaving football, I hate to say it was probably honestly better because of how much work he's doing on the side and everything, for society and everything. But, man, I wish we could have had Andrew Luck. Joe Burrow supports taunting in the NFL. We're all grown adults. I absolutely agree. Absolutely 100% agree. We're all grown adults that work really hard at what we do, and sometimes we'd like to show what Burrow said. I'm not going to get my feelings hurt if somebody sacks me and taunts me like he made a play. Which is how it really should be. I think there are a lot of people who get butthurt over the taunting and everything for like no reason. Like, be professional, hand over the ball after the catch. Like, no, if you get excited, celebrate a little bit. Now, there's limits to it, I agree. Like what Zay Flowers did in the playoff game against the Chiefs, that was stupid and idiotic. Like, I mean, the refs literally let him celebrate. They let him get the and then he looks at the guy, and the refs are kind of like, I'm about to call it. And then I think he like spiked the football through the football at him. There's a third thing he did where the refs are like, now I gotta call it through the flag. But I'm totally with it. I think there should be taunting in the NFL. I think there should be taunting in all sports. I just think there's a certain line that you can't really cross. Like, don't get me wrong. I think it should be a far line, but I mean, like, I get, like, when you're taunting in the guy's face, you throw the ball at him, like, that stuff, I'm like, all right, I get them calling you on that. You probably shouldn't do it that far. But, like, you spin the ball on the ground, flexing and all that, flexing towards the couch, celebrating. I'm all for that, man. Celebrating with the team and everything. is when you start like. Don't get me wrong, not even for like I'm not gonna belittling is I guess like belittling the opponent. Like I'm still for some of that within reason. Like there just needs to be a reason for it. Like I have no issue with like when people pimp the home runs, they point at the guy, bat flips, stuff like that. I think that's like, hey, you got him. Just don't come complaining when the pitcher gets you back and he's like. And that's what always gets me is the people who do it and then they get it back to them the same one. They get so pissy. But like I said, I'm all for taunting. I think taunting's honestly a great part of the game. It brings out the real shit in people because, like, I tell you what, I've seen some people who get stunned on their face that get fucking pissed, and then all of a sudden they're like, nah, and then all of a sudden lock in, play so much better, and help their team win the game, and then they do their dance at the end. Yeah, I'm all for people doing their dance. I think that taunting should stay in the league. I think it's stupid how little, like, especially in the NBA and college basketball, I think it's stupid how little they let them taunt. A kid dunks and screams at the crowd, and they're ready to team up right away. Like, okay. Let the kids celebrate. Let the kids have fun. I like the emotion part because it makes us not robots. Let's see if there's anything else. Texans, Hannah McNair, we want to win now, which is the wife of the Texans owner. I mean, the win now strategy might not be bad, but I'm curious to see if, obviously the news with Stephon Diggs blowing up the locker rooms and stuff. I'm curious to see how the situation to Houston goes with him down there. They're adding a lot to the pot, so I'm curious to see if all those personalities and everything will mold. I'm sure they will. C.J. Stroud has proven to be a pretty good leader. D'Amico Ryans so far has proven to be a pretty decent leader. So I'm curious to see if they're going to take a step or not. Like if they're going to take another step forward and be that really good team. Because now, last year there was no pressure on them. Nobody expected them to do anything. This year now it's kind of like, hey, you're winning the division, guys. Let's see it. Especially after that last trade, I think they're like favorites. They're one of the favorites to even win the the AFC, I think. Like, don't get me wrong, I think the Texans are good, but I still think they got a bit of a ways to go before they become like a Super Bowl caliber team. I think they're for sure a playoff caliber team. I probably need to see it too. I mean, I won't lie, they could be an NFL or playoff or Super Bowl caliber team right now, but yeah, Texans are at 16-1. Colts are 55-1. Conferences, Texans are plus 850 win the conference division. I'm sure they're by far favored. Plus 105. Colts plus 330. Colts being lower than Jacksonville is kind of shocking, I'll admit. But like I said, not too shocking that the Texans are the favorite. I'm curious to see the pressure. Pressure's gonna be a big thing, man. Nobody's expecting anything last year. Now everyone's expecting some shit this year. Brady not opposed to ending NFL retirement. He came out and said if a team calls him and it's the right situation, he will join it potentially, which would be fairly fascinating. Will he do it? I don't actually know if he'll actually do it, but he's at least open to it. Eagles signed TJ Uzama to an extension. And by extension, I mean they actually just straight up signed him to a 1-year deal. I thought it was my fault. Spent the first 7 years of his NFL career with the Bengals, and then he joined the Jets for a little bit. Hello? Excuse me. And now he's on the Eagles. Not a horrible signing at all for them. The Vikings are in love with multiple QBs ahead of the draft, according to their own general manager. I think Penix has been the name that's been rumored the most. They should be getting Michael Penix, so I'm very, very curious to see if they end up trading up or not to get Michael Penix or get somebody else, if they stay back to get somebody. I am very interested in that. The Vikings are going to be an interesting team. I don't think I was on, but OJ did pass away. I can't remember if I was on or not when that happened. I think we talked about Chubb Green. I think that's it, because I think last time I was on we talked about Chubb Green to a lower salary. Yeah, that's going to do it for NFL news. Like I said, draft is next week. Crazy, man. Crazy story of the NFL draft. It's just crazy how this season's been going so far, man. I mean, we're already 15, 16 games into baseball, man. It's absolutely wild. This shit just flies by so quick. We're in the golf season. I won't lie to you, I'm very excited about the golf season. Personally, just for the playing aspect. I love playing golf. Like, I'm excited. Got some new irons I want to buy this year. Gonna go out to the course again some more with the boys and hope to play some. Been fun, man. When you play good at golf, man, it is pretty fun feeling. And I won't lie, being out in the nature is kind of peaceful. Like this weekend, I don't think any of my buddies are gonna be able to go, so I'm gonna try to go by myself. And I'll tell you what, there's something peaceful about just being out there on the course, you know, just hearing nature. I mean, I won't lie. Sometimes I do listen to music, but there are other times I just, when I'm by myself, majority of the time I'd say I listen to music, but there's other times I'll play by myself, and I'll just time out. I'll play golf by myself. Hey now. But yeah, I'll play golf by myself and then just enjoy the nature, man. Enjoy the sounds of just being outside and everything. It's gonna be nice, man. So hopefully we're gonna do that this weekend. It's gonna be a little chilly, so we'll have to see. But yeah, that might do it for today. I'm gonna see if there's anything big news-wise I'm missing. We talked about Caitlin Clark going to the WNBA #1 overall pick, going to the Indiana Fever. Longtime Yankees voice John Sterling retires. Apparently, the health is catching up to him quick. The 86-year-old radio broadcaster for the Yankees. He's turning 86 this fall. Excuse me. I was reading something about in the Boston Marathon. Boston Marathon, I guess, was yesterday as well. So there's that going on. Grayson Allen signs a 4-year, $70 million extension. That's absolutely insane. Apparently, I didn't think Grayson Allen. Crazy. That's just absolutely crazy. I'm just shook, man. That's a lot of money. Shout out to Grayson Allen, man. I don't know who's going to win MVP for... I don't know who's going to win MVP for NBA, honestly. I would assume it's Jokic, but there's other people saying SGA and Lucas. I really don't know. Yeah, I don't think there's any other big news really to talk about, at least for that. Let's see if there's any news I missed on NBA. I don't believe so. I think we touched all the news. Yeah, that's probably going to do for today. Another little bit of a shorter one. Oh, it's off season. I'll get back to going to like 40, 50, but we go back into more like I don't know what the correct word to use. Is it? I'm not gonna story wise. I guess like as of late, my show's been more news wise, so it's like more modern. Like the farther you watch it back, the worse it'd be, because it'll be so out of date. But hopefully. I don't know what I'm trying. I can't think of the word. That's what I'm trying to think of the best way to word this. I don't know. Hopefully, like I said though, here soon we're gonna go back down to like the breakdown series. I mean, shit, starting in like a month, like starting in the May, like June, July, we're gonna be like, all right, breaking down this conference, this division, breaking down this team. Like breakdowns are gonna be coming up the pipe here soon. This is kind of like a little dead period. We got like probably what I would say 3 to 4 weeks of the show where I'm just giving out, maybe it's not like 30 or 40 minutes, but it's like quick, it's not 40 minutes, but it's a quick 30 minutes of like news, update around the sports league and everything like that. While we wait for the main part of football to get back, because once the main part of football gets back, I mean, I'll usually be able to go 40 minutes just explaining, like, just getting stuff ready for the season, but I won't lie, off-season's just kind of like having fun with it. Like, if I want to talk like 5 minutes on the Masters, I'm only going to talk 5 minutes. Don't feel like I have to talk 30 minutes to explain everything. So we've just been having a little bit of fun, man. That's all this is going to be these next 2 weeks, just having a little bit of fun, popping on, talking about just sports, man, all the sports around the league, just talking, occasionally just catching people up on the life shit I got going on, like golfing. Like, yeah, I can't wait to golf, talk some stuff about that. It's going to be fun, man. Yeah, like I said, that's probably going to be the next few weeks are just kind of sports updates when it comes to life and life updates when it comes to sports. Just a lot of that news. A lot of sports news, and like I said, hopefully within the next month or two, we're going to start deep diving NFL offseason stuff to get slowly prepared. Draft is next week. Really excited about that. I'm excited, man. It's just a fun time of year. Bro, weather's getting beautiful. The only thing that's sad is sports are slowly starting to die a little bit. We got NBA playoffs, thankfully. Once NBA playoffs are done and once NHL playoffs are done, all we got is golf and baseball, pretty much. Not going to be horrible, but then it's going to be football soon. Can't wait, man. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for all the support. Really do appreciate it. I will see everybody back in this feed on Thursday for some more NFL news talk. We'll talk some NBA playoffs. It's going to be a fun one. See everybody then.